Good day to and welcome on Becarization, and today it's time to continue with Might and Magic 7. However, today is another overview day. Let's first go to Tarn Withern and finish the quest. Thank you, Lords of Harmondale Lanterns, return will bolster our faith and allow us to continue our service. Please take this small reward as a token of gratitude.
Take care.
That's something. And we should be eligible to train to level 18. That's not bad. So, an overview. So, what have we done since the last overview? First, we have met the Goblin army outside of Harmondale. This army was pretty big, and there was this first mentions of something big coming out of sky and these things. However, the goblins are not as difficult, though they were at that moment. They gave me quite some boost in terms of money and experience. It wasn't as difficult as dealing with some creatures in Might and Magic 6. As always, I have to compare these two. After the Goblin army, we went to the White Cliff Caves, which is the first dungeon besides the Castle Harmondale in the real world. In there were two new types of enemies. There were troglodytes, which have three types, as always, and oozes. And I believe there were only green oozes, which are the weakest ones. I know that there are blue ones because I saw them in the arena, but these oozes are immune to physical attacks. And they are like the ones in Might and Magic 6, however here they were like not accompanied by a lot of other stuff and not in large numbers. Why would they be in large numbers when troglodytes can't really destroy them? I don't know, I think the one or two oozes is enough. And early on in the game, when you don't have mana to deal with them, well, they were quite tricky. I had to use potions. Afterwards, we went to a bandit lair. This lair, let me just check, yep. This lair was amazingly short. I was expecting something like Dragon's Caverns. And what we got instead were like one small tunnel and one small room. Where the most dangerous things of all was, or were the two stashes there. Yeah, that was it. Like, actually getting to the ring itself was not difficult because of enemies, but because of a trap that's in the container. Pretty disappointing in a way. However, at least, once again, new enemies, somewhat new enemies. There are raiders, which are similar to dragoons, and I like the design of the new ones. They are more threatening, as the goblins are more threatening. What was after those? Let me just check. Afterwards we went to Arathia. Stedwick went through Arathian sewers, which included the Master Thief, who gave us a quest. This quest was to steal from Lord Margham, who gave us this castle, and give the ways that we were supposed to steal to the King Master Thief. So, what we did afterwards was going into Tatalia, where we had two different dungeons. One of these dungeons was the Margham's estate, where we had one quest which was peaceful, and the second one which almost killed two of my guys, and two barely survived. And that was only running through two small rooms and back. And those two small rooms were really small. It was like 5 seconds there and 7 seconds back. Getting the ways was really annoying. We have also entered the wine cellar in Tatalia. And that was a mistake. That is definitely not a dungeon which you're supposed to enter at this point. You can never attempt this. Probably like on level 30 maybe. Like never this early on, because there is this speaker for the dead, which is like a necromancer that deals damage like real insane. I don't think I've seen the full power of the creature, but at least there was a ghost and we got some bounty hunting out of it. Afterwards, we continued with some arenas. There were 4 arenas. The 5th one we weren't able to finish. I wasn't able to finish, simply because it got too difficult. What was there then? Yes, we went to errands, so there was some Tatalia errands. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wormthrax, who took me 30 minutes to beat. On the video it's sped up by 37 times, I believe, and that was kind of annoying without the buff. It's kind of funny that I believe that it's video number episode number 13, 14, something like that, and actually dealing with the dragon in episode 4, a dragon which is stronger than the current one, was easier than dealing with the dragon later on, because there was no Gods buff or Day of the Gods buff, which increases your accuracy, might and all these things heavily. So after that we went for some errands all around, went into Braketa Desert where we encountered golems, found a school of magic, and encountered some griffins. Actually found, what's the name of it? Genie lamps, which I have to find what they actually do when, and I'll probably use Wikipedia for this because I don't want my guys to get killed for like +1 strength. That would be just stupid. Afterwards there was some Tellurian Forest. Once again, these were mostly about delivering and actually getting experts. So quite a, I would say, administration of the game. And then we went back to what we needed to do. So Evely, where there was the king under the hill, who is a fairy king. The funny thing is there are 2 quests. One of them is just like, it's probably the easiest quest you can get for promotion. You ask a guy in Tellurian Forest to become a hunter, he sends you to Fairy King. Fairy King is in the other map. You don't have to kill almost any enemies, you just have to get to Evely via, let's say, a horse and via a carriage. And then you just enter the hall, you go counterclockwise, because clockwise doesn't work, you have to go counterclockwise, and then you just meet Fairy King and you're a hunter. Yay. Easiest thing ever. Oh. And in there were some minor enemies, really, almost nothing in there, yet there was a ring which increases effect of air magic, and that might be useful later on. After that, we went finally to Barrow Downs. I believe that it is the name. And we cleared the whole area, scouted the whole thing, visited the Stone City where the dwarves are, and in the Stone City there is a dwarven king who gave us a quest which we need to finish in order to get our castle repaired. We also killed some troglodytes, found the tunnels into Nyon, and continued into Haunted Mansion. Now this was, I'm not sure whether I'm gonna say interesting, but maybe more difficult dungeon. If I were to enter this, let's say 5 levels earlier, it definitely would have been difficult. However, as I got some extra experience points via those errands, via actually stealing the vase, which was pretty easy, and also killing Wormthrax, this dungeon was easier. Not that easy, but easier, mostly due to, once again, traps within containers, which almost killed. I had to reload almost every single one, just because it sometimes killed 2 of my guys, really just killed them insta-kill, which is annoying. But the enemies, I believe that 3 of the types were fine, or let's say, there were 3 types. There were ghasts, or ghouls, there were those ghosts, and wraiths. And out of the wraiths, there is the red one, can't recall the name, and the red ones are pretty difficult. I don't know what they can do. There is a skill which I don't understand how it works or what it actually does, but I know that they have some skill. I really don't know what it does. Yet they were quite difficult, and I had to, well, periodically heal because of it. It's probably not as difficult as in Might and Magic 6, simply because I have regeneration, and it's such a great spell. And it could have, we could see that in the Dwarven Barrows, which was the last dungeon that we have visited. In Dwarven Barrows, I had to cast regeneration twice. However, it was really worth it, as over the whole time, it probably healed more than 10 heals. Pretty good. And the Barrow Down Dwarven Barrows were probably the longest dungeon that we have visited yet in Might and Magic 7. It took about 45 minutes, or 45 minutes. There were 16 barrows, and within them small armies, larger armies, more difficult ones, less difficult ones. There was a lot of potions, because there was a lot of negative effects, such as curses, such as diseases, such as poisons, and overall I like the design a lot. What I believe is currently the problem is that I might be A, over-leveled for the dungeon, B, that the scaling is weird, because the lowest tiers of enemies is actually pretty weak, and the second tier scales like 100% and the other tier scales like 80% from the second tier. So the difference between the first tier and tier 3 is more or less double the more or less 4 times. So 4 times or 3.5 times the amount of health. If the skeleton has 18, the skeleton lord has like 61. And that is a bit annoying. Not that scaling, but that the lowest tier is really just there as a filler, and some of my guys can kill them if they get a good hit in one shot. Yet, there could be probably more of those. Maybe my perception has changed during the gameplay of Might and Magic 6, but I think that this is a lot easier. I kind of like it in a way, but I kind of dislike it in a way, because you can't really make a challenge out of it. This would be a good game with 2 challenges. With this, like being a normal difficulty, and the higher difficulty having like, let's say, 100% extra or 50% extra health for the tier 1. And based on that, it would scale up. So the lords, instead of 61, would have 91 health. And maybe let's say attack would scale 25% up based on the first tier. That could work. That would be nice. However, the game doesn't have it, and right now it seems easier. It's definitely easier. But now, as it's always the case, let's take a look at our lore, because there are new things in here. So, we had a graceful sword and a graceful sword. A high quality long sword, monogrammed initial near the base of the pommel, indicate it was forged by Master Weaponsmith Mechoric the Blind, circa 780 to 800. Current year is 1168. Sterling shield. Made of a lightweight metal, this shield has a founder's stamp from the Calibrim Armory. Though light, the material is very strong and the metal is welded almost seamlessly. A noble plate armor. A suit of armor so fine could only have come from the forge of the master himself, Mechoric the Blind. Indeed, this one bears the initials of his son, Kasef Mechoric, near the heel. The joints move easily, and the metal has curious triple-plated construction that makes it thin and light, yet incredibly strong. Pedic is confrontable too. Two-handed. This simple two-handed sword is a common design in Arathia. Is gonna go for sale. Officer's leather. An otherwise ordinary suit of leather armor, this suit is imbued with a subtle enchantment that strengthens the material against blows without increasing weight. Worn by Phoenician dragoons during the expansion of the empire a few hundred years ago, these helms are tough, flexible and light. They are made of 2 strips of dragon hide bound together with stout metal studs. Where is Phoenixia? A weird combination of wood, glass and aluminium form the staff, while crystalline skull tops it. The whole weapon is bound together with glue and strong enchantments to make one the lightest, strongest staffs in the world. We have Dwarven Morning Star, a variation of the mace. The Morning Star hits slower but much harder. The spikes on the ball guarantee recipients will feel the blow, regardless of armor or height. A distinctive suit of armor meant to aid recognition of officers during battle. Besides just looking good, the armor is amongst the lightest, most supple chain mail available. Supple. A plaster cast of a baby hand was used to transform this strange silver amulet. There is some unidentifiable symbol stamped in the center of the amulet. At first glance, silver, this ring actually made of platinum. The gemstone is a small, flawed diamond. An odd ring that feels strangely warm to touch. It enhances the wearer's connection to the spirit. It reminds me. A rare and very powerful ring made by fairies. Few mortals ever see such as this. And composite bows are made of a variety of materials and pieces instead of a single piece of wood. These are generally more flexible and powerful than regular bows. So that's probably all of the new ones. And well, it's time to get some training. So let's go to Arathia, because I think that we can give one more quest, right? Destroy, yes, that's Frederick Org. And yeah, that's it. So we can actually go. Nope. This is arena. I can't go into the arena.
Traveling today?
Let's go to Arathia. In here, come on, go on, go on. Let's actually, come on, go to Frederick Org. Where are you? Here you are, right? And become a cavalier. So you're back, and from the look on your face, I see you have finished the job. Well done. I hereby officially promote all knights amongst you to cavaliers and everyone else to honorary cavaliers. Carry your title with pride. And this means that our knight got actually Beauregard got boost of almost 70 HP, 66 HP extra. Just from a promotion. It's probably based on the expertise in bodybuilding. However, it's time for more training.
That's the ticket. That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Oh yeah, they were promoted, so they have 1 extra. So, this is definitely gonna be sword and plate. In here, I think I want air. Because water is in Nyon and I can't get there yet. Learning, yeah, let's get it to 7. Meditation to 4. And spirit magic. Because there's heroism in these things. And in here, I'm actually probably gonna get this to the highest I can. And I can finally get expert in this. This might also be fine in a way. Expert disarm trap. This guy was in Harmondale, right? I can't recall. So for the next time there will be some errands And I need to find a sword master, plate master. He's in Erathia. I remember that at least. I can't get air magic because I have to get this one to wizard. So this adds +3 and this adds +2 only. That's not so good. I thought it's better. Body magic, I need to become a higher version of cleric. And in here I need to find unarmed ex-master. Oh, Evanmore Island, right? Right. So I need to find... And learning master is an ion. Damn it. It's probably time to get these to 10 as quickly as I can and start to work on staff, because I can then combine these two together. And well, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, don't forget to like it down below if you guys my traffic. Also, share it to your friends, because it's never too late to get into Might and Magic. And well, thanks for watching, and see you next time.